So he's the third
So,
person, I
yeah,
think.
so Prachi ma'am is also joined. So welcome,
Who?
Prachi ma'am.
Oh, what's her name?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, Prachi. Yes, I could see her name now. It is written there.
So
I,
Alex sir, just wanted to know about you kind of thing. You are right now teacher, right?
yeah, for GATE. Yes,
Yeah.
GATE and Indian Economic Service. I am
Okay.
teaching for GATE, Indian Economic Service, and CUET. So three kinds of students. GATE exam is over, so that happened. Earlier I was in civil services, IS, which you call light service, and then I was in Indian Economic Service. And then eventually I left both of them, went to the United States, became a professor there, remained a professor of economics for 4 years, then
Okay.
left that also and joined the corporate world. So for the last 15 years, I had been in corporate world on the Wall Street in the United States. Then I got bored of US life and thought of doing something more, and so I came to India. And since then I am
Okay.
in India and I am here with you.
So totally
But
different scenario is going on. We all are going to, planning for to go to the abroad, and you having various experience from there, right?
yes, yes, yes. I had been to actually four countries. I lived in Japan for about 6.5 months, and in
Mm-hmm.
China for 18 months, and in Singapore for 1 year. Well, in UK also I was there for 1 year. Actually, I had long stay in five countries. Uh, then finally, since children are grown up and they are settled in the United States, so I thought that okay, I should do something bigger. A lot of job done. Now there is no point in continuing with the job. I should establish a business and do something bigger than a job in a multinational company. And that's why.
Good, sir. Good, sir. So you are our role model, sir. We
Oh,
should
thank you.
so encourage us to plan according. So it's really very very important, sir. So right now, sir, just wanted to know about more detail kind of thing. You recently in which location, sir? Bihar, right? Patna.
Yeah, my house is in Patna, though I am right now in Bhopal because my three uncles are in Bhopal and some of my friends are in Bhopal, so I came to meet them, and that's why I am in Bhopal right now.
Okay.
And but yeah, I am most of the time I will remain in Patna or I may remain in Delhi if I join back government of India because I had an interview with. NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal, on January 29. So that is a chief secretary of a state rank position. I mean, so if I get there, then I will be in the pay scale of chief secretary of Bihar. So that's a pretty high position because all the cases of Adani, Ambani, and that of Anil Ambani and all big companies go there for adjudication. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why they ask for such senior officers. So if I get selected, then I may be maybe in Delhi or maybe somewhere else as well, because National Companies Law Tribunal is spread across many states. So that's how it is.
Okay. So any other participant we can contribute more detail or kind of sharing information for each and every person should be very helpful to improve English.
Yes.
Hello, Pankaj ji. How are you?
Thank you
Namaste,
so much,
Alex
Alexa.
sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Actually, sir didn't join yet.
Uh,
Who didn't join?
So requesting you all, if you are not speaking, so please keep on mute
Amarnath sir
because
not
voice is
joining
going
yet.
to echo.
Hello.
oh, no, he's not there. Amarnath, he's not there. Yes. I was waiting for Amarnath, but he hasn't joined yet. So let's see. Yeah, he hasn't joined yet. Amarnath has not joined yet. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Welcome
So, so
to
there are,
Rajan sir.
I see that there are some new participants. So basically, tell me something about your.
Yeah, I am new. I am Lakshmi Ranjan Singh. I joined for the first time today, and I have been friend with Amarnath ji since 2006. So actually, for 15, 17, 18, 17 years. I had met him in USA when he was in Arizona. I had been to his house also in Scottsdale. So I know his family very well, means his wife and his son, only son. So yes, we have been friends since 2006.
It, it's an honor to see you, sir. Thank
Right
you,
now,
Alex, sir, for joining.
right now I am in India. Uh, I came to India last year because I got bored of US life. Living in New York in very cold weather and then working hours where means I had to leave early in the morning at 7:30 and return at 6:30. So 11 hours. I got bored of that. And my children were grown up. So I came to India and here I am having a relaxed life. Though I am not earning so much money, but well, I will earn because my business is new now. So, or I may join government of India. Both the possibilities are there. So I had interview last month for member position at NCLT, National Companies Law Tribunal. So I may, yeah.
It's nice to hear you, sir. Thanks a lot, Alex, sir, for introducing us. And
Oh,
sir, Rajan, sir, please also tell me about yourself, sir. Okay, okay, I muted that. Actually, there is a marriage nearby me, so that irritating sound coming from my side. Okay, no problem. I will be muted.
Yeah, okay. I need to mute too. Okay.
Rajan, sir, please tell us about yourself.
Hello, I'm RP Mishra. My full name is Rajendra Prasad Misra. I'm from IIT Kanpur, early batches, 68 joining. And after doing a bit of work in HAL Lucknow, I wrote the exam for Indian Railways through Union Public Service Commission. That was in 75. I cleared that and I joined Railways in 76. In Railways, for those who don't know the system, as I also never knew the system, I always thought that the station master is the last word in Railways. Actually, all senior officers, they are never visible to the public. So after joining Railways in 76, we were given a probation of 2 years in which we were taken to all the production units and in our mechanical field we were taken to a workshop, a locomotive maintenance shed, and production units where locomotives were being made, manufactured rather. So those days we were making steam locomotives at Chitranjan, which later on was diverted to electric locomotives. And in Banaras, we were making diesel locomotives with the help of Alco USA. So this is in brief the introduction as far as the probation period is concerned. After that, I did various stints starting from Gorakhpur, Sonpur, Izzat Nagar near Bareilly, then back to Gorakhpur, then RDSO at Lucknow. RDSO stands for Research, Design and Standards Organization for Indian Railways. It is premier and the only institute as far as railways are concerned. Based at Lucknow. I did a brief stint there, and then I was picked up for founding CRIS, Center for Railway Information Systems. After getting introduced to CRIS, I was sent for uh, training in computer languages at Montreal, Canada, where I stayed for 4 months. We were taught a language called Topstron. It was based on macro assembler. In case people here know about computing languages, it was next to machine code, then comes assembler, then macro assembler, and then Topstron. This was the hierarchy those days. These days, of course, things have moved very fast, and nobody really goes into those nitty gritty of machine code and all that. So after doing 3 years in CRIS, I was back to steam locomotive maintenance at Lucknow. From there, I again moved to RDSO for 2 years, where I did speed trials for locomotives, coaches, wagons, and then I was promoted and sent to NF Railway, Guwahati, where I spent 3 years in workshop. Then another 3 years as chairman of Railway Recruitment Board at Guwahati. Back to Banaras, making diesel locomotives and DG sets. Then I was transferred to Southern Railway, Chennai. From there, I did a brief stint in Kerala also, Palghat, and then back to Delhi. Then again, I got a brief assignment as Chief Safety Officer to Guwahati. After spending 1.5 years there, I came back to Delhi, worked on alternate fuel related projects, solar power, biodiesel, CNG, LNG, and hydrogen as a fuel in railways. So some of these projects are fructifying much after my retirement, and now as few of us are watching, hydrogen propelled trains are being introduced in Indian railways. This is, my friend, the best news that I can share with you today. I'm settled after retirement in Noida, very close to Delhi, and those who visit Delhi on some assignment or holidaying are welcome to contact me. We can spend a few hours or maybe a few days here. This is in brief my introduction.
Thanks a lot, Rajan sir, for your brief introduction. I hope everyone will be fine to listen to you. Now, Deepak sir, please introduce yourself, sir.
Actually,
Hello, can
Pankaj,
you
I
hear
want
me?
to actually, Pankaj, I want to say something. This is not an introduction. I gain lot of knowledge, and I will apply also in my life whatever he has said. And sir, uh, I want to say namaste to you, and I will apply absolutely what you have said. This is not introduction. You have said
Oh, hello,
lot of things here.
hello.
Pankaj ji, yes sir.
Can you hear me? This is Dipak Jha. Yeah. Hello.
I muted.
Yeah. So thank you, Pankaj ji, for bringing me into this group. My name is Deepak Kumar Jha. I live in London. I've been living here for the last 20 years now. I'll give a brief introduction about myself. Way back in 1991, I did my BTech in mining engineering from the Indian School of
Deepak,
Mines.
Deep,
Yes.
Okay, okay. Dipak is saying no. Okay, continue, please.
Yeah, so I did my mining engineering from the Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad. It is now known as the IIT ISM Dhanbad. So after doing my graduation from there, I landed up in Coal India Limited, which put me into a subsidiary of its own called Bharat Coking Coal Limited in Dhanbad. So I started working for some of the coal mines there. Before that, I had a short stint with the Steel Authority of India Limited also, where they posted me to their metal mines in Kiriburu. They have iron ore mines from which they supply iron ore to the steel plants, mainly in Rourkela and Bokaro. So I worked there for a few months, and because it was a posting in the middle of the jungle, I did not like it, and I got myself transferred to Bharat Coking Coal Limited in Coal India Limited, where again it was all a culture related to mines, which very soon I realized I was not liking. So I then, but I ended up actually spending about 5 years there as part of the mines, doing night shifts and running entire production shifts in coal mines. I've actually worked in coal mines which are about 1,000 meters deep. But then I started preparing for my MBA. I got into so initially within Coal India I got transferred to the payroll department where I had some introduction to computers. And then I did my MBA from the Indian Institute of Forest Management. Now, when I was at the Indian School of Mines, I had learned some basic programming in a language called uh, GW Basic and also in Fortran. When I came to IIFM Bhopal in 1998, the world of computers had progressed a lot. I suddenly saw a colored screen with Windows 95, and I was completely confused. I struggled a bit to find out my old programming platforms, but very soon I caught on. And thanks to a couple of professors at the Indian Institute of Forest Management, I was back in my programming mode, and I felt I quite belonged to the IT industry in India. And I did my I majored in geographical information systems and remote sensing in the Indian Institute of Forest Management. And when I came out of it, I landed up a job in Pentasoft Technologies, which was doing quite well in the GIS field. But again, GIS was something I did not quite like because it did not have a lot of programming in it, and I very quickly got hooked onto languages like C, C++, Java. And then I joined a few Indian IT companies in India, including companies like Patni, IBM. I worked for a company called Zansa for quite some time in Noida. And it was Zansa that sent me to a client in Nottingham in UK by the name of Boots. They are a big pharmacy chain here. And I did some good work for them, after which Boots gave me an open invitation to come to the UK and work for them on a permanent basis. So I happily accepted that invitation, and I came to the UK in 2003. And I have stayed in the UK since then. In the UK, I applied for a initially what they called is the highly skilled migrant program. There's a visa under the highly skilled migrant program called HSMP, which was later converted to what they call is the Tier 1 General Visa. Got that. I switched roles within UK, worked for a couple of organizations, including Infosys, which has a good presence in the UK. But after 2012, I decided to go freelancing. So I quit Infosys and I started a company of my own. It is called ePundits Technologies Limited, and I have been working as a IT consultant within that under that company. So I've been contracting as a freelancer in the market for the last 10 or 11 years, and currently I'm working as a principal architect for the UK Immigration Department, which is a government of UK department. Again, as a contractor, but my role is the principal architect, and I'm involved in the design and architecture of one of their flagship projects called the Home Office Biometrics, which is all to do with fingerprint matching and fingerprint enrollment. So all fingerprints in the UK are coming under one central platform, and any fingerprint matching or checking
activity that happens on the airports or in the police station, the requests will be coming into this software, and it will be the results are going to be supplied from here. So that is where I am. Even I am thinking very seriously of going back to India now, having spent 20 years in the UK. I have recently applied for starting a company in India as an NRI. That registration is under process, and I'm trying to partner with a few people to start a startup in India and see what I can do there. But there is a very keen desire to go back to India and do something there, given that India is growing so much more than developed countries like UK or the USA. So that is a brief introduction about me.
Thanks a lot, Deepak sir, for introducing yourself.
Completely fantastic, sir.
Thank you.
Mm, who is Mathil? Please mute yourself for a few minutes. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot, Deepak sir, for your brief introduction. Now, next, I would like to call Pinkesh ji. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, Pankaji, it's my pleasure to give me a chance to present myself uh, in present of Dipak sir, Rajendra sir, and lot of senior person presented here. I would like to say namaste to all. Namaste, Rajendra sir. Yeah, presently I'm in KC International Limited and posted in JNK Banyan. I joined in this group uh, last 2 years. Am I okay, Pankaji?
Yeah, go on. I can hear you.
2 years back, I joined in this group. After that, I'm not in continue in this group and could not join several times after requesting of Pankaji. But I would like to say, my name is Pinkesh and presently I'm in KC International Limited and posted uh, in Con International Limited projects T49 and T50 tunnel projects.
Okay, thanks, Pinkesh ji, for your introduction. Now, I would like to request all of you, please start the session. Deepak sir, I would like to please initiate the session with with some hot topic. Uh,
Okay, so uh, yeah, I mean, can we? I would like to suggest the topic, and it is of course subject to your agreement, uh, because we have a lot of NRIs here, and I am also going through this mental turmoil of whether it is a good decision to go back to India or not. So maybe we can have a discussion on whether it is right time for some NRIs to return to India and try to tap into the economic powers that India is spinning out these days. Is this the right opportunity, or are we still better off spending a few more years in the developed world?
Sir, it's your right decision to move on to India because there are many more Indians, many more Biharis which are waiting for you. They are looking for some job opportunities. They are looking for. There are so many companies doesn't who doesn't want to take some Biharis. Some methods, but because they facing lot of they the company of the company almost if we talk about India, there are a stereotype that a stereotype about the Biharis. That is the Biharis are not actually the right for this position or in, this is a
Pankaj,
current
Pankaj, 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 I will suggest you. You can share your what you want to say in Hindi also, because Deepak ji also know what you can to say. Please explain yourself in Hindi. You are talking about in good topic, so I requesting you.
But I thought this session is about English
Yeah,
speaking
yes,
only.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
so please try to say in English
Okay,
because
okay.
we are here
Ma'am,
for improving
he-
English.
he- yes,
Okay,
yes, yes,
yes,
sir.
sir, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No worries.
Yes, sir. He's trying so, but he's
Yeah, I
telling.
understand. When he is stuck, he can try to speak in Hindi or maybe in Mathli too.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, yes, sir. I know that, but he's talking in
I got your point, sir.
In case if you didn't understand me, then please mute or otherwise you may also cut my points. There is no problem from my side.
no, 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 no.
English. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, you may continue. Yeah, you may continue.
I think
Yeah, this is a point. This is a point. Yes.
the best way to improve English is to keep talking. And the second best way to improve English is to read a lot of novels. So when you're reading, you're talking to yourself, you're talking to the characters in the book, and that leads to better English, in my opinion. Whenever I read a good book in English, I can see that I have observed that I can speak much better English.
I completely agree with you, sir.
Yeah, so don't pick up very difficult books. Don't pick up books in which the language is so difficult that you cannot understand. Thirdly, or always pick up books which have a lot of conversation between characters in them. Don't pick up a book that is full of description. Pick up a book where characters are talking to each other in simple English, in plain words, short sentences. And I think that will lead to much better English at a personal level.
Please, sir, please suggest some books, sir, to improve our English.
Chetan Bhagat is a very good starting point.
Okay, sir.
Try 5, 10, 5 point nothing by Chetan Bhagat. 5 point someone by Chetan Bhagat. That's a very good example of a very simple book.
Uh, I would like to say a few things. First of all, I would like to talk to Mr. Deepak about his uh, his idea of shifting to India. So, in case it's okay, Mr. Deepak, my suggestion would be that you, for some time, for a few years at least, keep your UK thing alive, because India, what you expect and what is being projected through media and what we see happening at the ground level, there may be quite a lot of difference.
All right.
One of my acquaintances, I would not say friend because he was a friend of somebody else, who hails from Bhagalpur, Mr. Pandey. His a friend came from US committing the blunder
All right.
of finishing everything there in US, and the reason why he shifted to Noida was his children had grown up, and you
Oh,
understand the problems related to dating and all those things which
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
prevalent in US, and
Mm,
you and me being of conservative type and having a very traditional background, he could not digest all that, and that made him take a decision of coming to India,
right.
Noida. Within a few months, uh, I mean, he got thoroughly disillusioned. So the idea is not to discourage you, but you don't blow off all the bridges there in UK.
Yes,
You
yes. I fully
hope
agree with you,
you
sir. That is
hope,
something I'll definitely take into account. Yes,
yes,
I,
yes.
yeah,
And now coming to this English part, English is definitely a challenge, and I must admit that we had done intermediate with Hindi background. Hindi was our mother tongue, and Hindi was the tongue in which we were taught subjects like physics, chemistry, maths in Hindi. So you can imagine the trauma which I had to face in the first year of IIT Kanpur.
right.
So, and those professors, half of them were from US. So they were genuine Americans, and uh, uh, I had no option but to write their English in Hindi first. And then later on, after the lecture was over, I used to approach them, requesting them, from which book have you prepared this lesson today, the lecture? And some of them were very considerate, and they used to tell me, you go to library and consult this book. So with that kind of handicap, it took me almost 6 months of labor, and in between I used to break down also because I was just a lad of 16 years old, but somehow I could sail through, and I cleared IIT Kanpur with a CPI of 8.4, which was not bad those days.
Right. It was good,
So
yeah.
it is possible to improve your English. I'm not saying that my English is today perfect. My grandchildren speak much better English today because they have been given English as a home language, and English is their school language, and they are going to best of schools. So at times they also correct my pronunciation. So don't think that your pronunciation will improve overnight or in 6 months or 1 year. Unless you are ready to put in a lot of work. Mind you, I was subjected to language lab training. We, quite a few hours were spent in improving our, uh, uh, pronunciation. Like the way we pronounce F. It is actually not F. It is uh, with lot of air has to come out like that. Then we were taught the nuances like aspiration and phonemes and all that. I'm telling you how complex the whole situation can be. So it is with all that also today I cannot understand even 10% of any genuine English movie which is made in US or UK. So
Yeah.
don't underestimate the challenge that you have before you. But with all that, if you are persistent and you are ready to spend just 1 hour or maybe half an hour daily, you can definitely improve your English. And conversational English, as Deepak has said, it will improve if you make a habit of reading 4 pages, maybe 10 pages daily, and on weekend you can complete a novel, finish it also. That novel should be chosen very carefully, where a lot of dialogues are there. As he mentioned, Chetan Bhagat is a very prolific writer, and you can start with his novels. And for some time, you should stop talking in Hindi with all your friends who are close to you. You can tell them for next 1 month, no Hindi. That is the quickest way to improve your English. Yeah, that's
I
all that I can suggest.
fully agree with everything you have said. in letter and spirit. Yeah, you are a senior citizen, and my respect for you has increased as you speak. I can see you are speaking out of wisdom, pure wisdom.
Yes, yes. It's my first-hand wisdom, and I was the first person to come out of a village and cracked IIT Kanpur exam with all these handicaps. I could find a place for myself in IIT Kanpur, so I consider it a big achievement. But then, no time will come when you will be happy with whatever you have achieved.
Yes.
This is very important. Whole life has to be spent in honing up your skills, improving your communication skills, and go on learning on the way, because nobody is perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
So with that comes the humility and the endurance and the persistence, and these qualities will stand you in good stead in whichever capacity you are, in whichever chair you are holding. I think this is all that I have to share with you all here. And I really like being in part of this group, and I must thank Pankaj for being persistent on this. He has been in touch with me for last a month or so, and today again he reminded me 2 3 times. So I'm really happy about knowing all these people from same or similar background, and some of you have done really very good work, and we must share our experiences, our strengths, and at the same time we should be open in discussing our failures where we have gone wrong, so that others can avoid those pitfalls. Yes.
Yeah.
So Deepak sir,
Anything I can do for this group in general, and Mr. Deepak and others who are thinking of coming to India, it would be a pleasure really, and it would be definitely a very small service to the community to which I belong. Yeah.
Sure, sure. I mean, even I'm all out to contribute and help in the ways that I can. If I come when I come to India, and I go to India once every 2 times every year, I would say every 6 months I go there. When I
Okay.
and Noida, Bokaro, places like Purnia, Darbhanga, these are the places I visit. I always
Hmm.
go back, try to go back to my roots and catch up with the people. So when I'm making my
Sir,
next move,
Deepak sir, can you tell me where are you from?
so I am from Saharsa. My father is from Saharsa, and my
Okay,
mother is from Darbhanga. So
thank
and my
you.
sister is settled in Purnia. My parents are
Yes.
currently living in a place called Bokaro in Jharkhand.
Okay.
So I keep visiting these places, and if I go to Noida or to these places, Rajendra sir, I'd definitely like to catch up with you in person at some point in time.
Yeah, it would be a pleasure to have you here. Yeah. And
Yeah, yes,
whatever I can
yes.
do online or offline, it would again be a very small contribution to the whole thing that we are talking about today. Yeah. As a community, we have to come out of the morass and the problems which we are facing as a group. Yeah.
So even I have a very strong affinity towards my cultural roots. Here, even here in the UK, I was a partial leader for an organization called the Mithila Cultural Society UK. So we have
Okay.
about 150 families associated with that platform, and I was the general secretary for 4 years. I was the only general secretary who was given an extension without any election. So such was my contribution in the first 2 years that I was by default extended for another 2 years. But now they asked me to become a president, but because the volume of work was so high that it started interfering with my day-to-day activity, I had to resign as a general secretary. That group
Yes,
is
sir.
still
Yes.
very active, and I'm a very active
Proud,
participant of
proud, proud of, proud of you, sir. Proud of you, sir.
no, thank you, thank you. Try remaining connected with what I know is my root.
Yeah, yeah. And I am requesting also Rajendra sir uh, for his presence and guidance. It will remain with all our team. Rajendra sir,
Yeah,
and
as I committed
yeah,
myself uh, earlier, I'm happy to be part of this group and any other group which you form. to make the society more useful
Yes,
to
yes.
the nation, to society in general, and to all those friends and relations who are
Yeah,
sitting abroad
your
and in India.
guidance
Yeah.
is will be very helpful for us and
Yes, yes, yes. It
for
would
my
be a
team.
pleasure. And what I can suggest is, why don't you make a small WhatsApp group of all of us where we can share
Yeah, yeah,
our
yeah.
ideas?
Pankaji will do it. Pankaji will.
Okay. Thank you, Pankaj. Yeah.
So Rajendra sir, do you have by any chance having any opportunity in railway?
I'm retired. It is 11th year after retirement that I'm spending, so I don't have uh, too much of
Sir, I am doing
interaction with
here
field.
Ircon railway tunnel project.
Ircon Railway Tunnel Project. Okay, okay.
Yeah, T
So
put in you must aware about that. It is
I
Banihal USBRL projects.
uh, Banihal. Yes,
Yeah, yes, 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 sir, yes.
I have been to Srinagar and I have been to all
Yes,
those
sir, yes, sir.
places.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I know about Banihal very well. And at one time, it was a terrorist infested area. That much I remember.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes.
Yes.
I,
Earlier, there used to be a convoy being made by BSF where all the vehicles of civilians, as well as BSF and CRPF and all those people who are there, they will form a convoy, and under protection only they could go to from Jammu to Srinagar. That convoy
yes,
used
sir,
to
yes,
leave
sir.
somewhere in the morning at 8:39, and it used to reach Srinagar in the evening around 5:36. That much I remember, but this knowledge is as old as 2003. Recently, I believe there has been a lot of improvement, and situation should be much better, I think. What do you say?
Yeah, recently it is much better. What you are trying to say now, right now. And in 2007, I remember that I was in Srinagar,
Okay.
and on that time, uh, situation was very bad on that time also. And I left emergency in Srinagar to Bilaspur.
Okay, Bilaspur in
I've left.
Himachal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Left in emergency because a lot of family member also there.
Mm,
I was bachelor on that time, but
okay,
I am looking here commercial and administration work here.
okay, okay, okay.
But
So,
unfortunately, I am also here right now.
so are you there with your family or you are alone?
No, no, I am alone here.
Okay, okay. So family stays at Bilaspur, is it?
No, no. Actually, previously I was in Bajaj Electricals Limited
Okay,
and settled in Mumbai.
okay.
Mm.
Life in Banihal must be tough. I can see that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am looking at facing here also. But I am trying to move from here after March closing because I am in commercial department. March is
Okay,
important
okay.
month. Deepak sir,
Can we get an introduction from other people in this group? I see there are a lot of
yeah, yeah,
people who have
yeah,
joined,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we are
yeah,
talking
yes,
to just a few.
yes, sir, yes.
So Pankaj, I know now.
Pankaj
In
will
case
be here.
she wasn't speaking, who is Himja Kishore Jha?
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Can we know? Can we know you better, Himja ji?
Sir, give me at least 2 minutes, sir. Actually, there are a lot of sound coming. Actually,
Okay, okay,
Mm,
that's fine.
just give me, sir, 2 minutes. Sir.
Okay,
Hello.
Yes, Prem, go on.
So good evening, first of all of you to join this podium. It's very interesting and will be improvement for all of us. And thanks Rajesh, Rajan sir, Deepak sir also. And about my introduction, my name is Prem Jha from basically from Darbhanga district, and right now I live in Mumbai. And after 10th, I migrated in Mumbai, and after that, further study I have completed from Mumbai, and finally I completed my MBA from Bharati Vidyapeeth. Might be some people will know about that, right? After that,
Good, good.
uh, in the placement kind of thing during that education, so I got placed in uh, Fabtech India, kind of manufacturing company.
All right.
So where kind of the steel locker, compactor, their various manufacturing work will be there, and so I need to present our product in different companies, different localities where lead kind of generation, prospect, and kind of demonstration our product.
All right.
So after that, I have joined uh, ICSA Bank, and recently I have working in ICSA Bank as a deputy manager, level two since 3.5 years.
Okay.
So going good.
Good, good, good.
And right now, I my one motto is to migrate from Mumbai to kind of different world, kind of USA, Canada, might be different part of the world. So it's kind of dream for me. Let it be when dream will come.
It is so ironical. In the same group, we have people who want to migrate from India to USA, and people who want to migrate back from the developed world into India.
Right, right. Totally, totally.
Yeah, Premji, you should talk to Deepak ji.
Sure, sure. We will catch up offline. No problems.
Hmm.
And I can see somebody called Vibhuti.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Deepak from Madhubani, and I'm doing BTech from here, State Government University. So my name is Deepak. Deepak. Uh, okay, I will join again. Okay.
Meanwhile, we can go to Prachi Jha. Prachi, are you there?
Hello,
Yeah.
am I audible?
Hello. We can hear you. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for giving me a chance to introduce myself. My name is Prachi Jha. I am 16 years old. I am from Madhubani. I am reading class in 11th.
Nice, nice.
So that's my
Good.
short.
Very good. All the best to you, Prachi, and we hope to interact with you on a regular basis.
Thank you so much, sir.
And finally, we have somebody called SN. Do we know who SN is?
Yes, yes. Namaste, good evening. Um, I'm Savita from Aurangabad. Recently, means Aurangabad, Maharashtra. I'm a private teacher as I'm not having that much strong profile of mine. I have been as a learner. I joined this group, and today is a feast for me. Like I'm hearing Deepak sir, Rajendra sir personalities like, and I'm getting so much benefit from that group. So thank you, Pankaj sir. and I'm recently the name of my city changed. It's become now Sambhaji Nagar, and I'm proud to be say that. And the city is famous for the world famous Ajanta Ellora caves are there in Aurangabad. So I'm belong from that city, and that's it, sir. And here too, I'm very
Good,
happy
good,
to hear you, all of you.
great.
good.
Thank you.
I may add to what you said just now. Aurangabad, now it is named as Shambhaji Nagar. It has this famous temple also, Sai Baba ka temple. Then Shani Singlapur is there, and then there is one Shiva temple also, Ghushmeshwar or some such
Ah,
name is.
yes, that is one of the Jyotirling.
Yes, yes, one of the
Jyotirling
twelve
temple is
temples.
there. Hmm.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Yes, there is.
it's near to that caves only, and that Shirdi, the famous Shirdi temple is also there in
Correct.
Aurangabad.
Uh,
Huh.
I
Yeah, and
think
that
City Temple is I think 80 to 90 kilometers far from there.
yes, from Aurangabad. Yeah. Mm.
So, hello everyone. Let me give a quick introduction about myself. So, basically, my name is Himrat Surdha. I'm from Darbhanga, Bihar. I done my MBA in core finance from University Department of Commerce and Business Administration. Uh, I done my graduation from MLSM College Darbhanga. I done my 12th from Marwari College Darbhanga. So this is my educational background. If I talk about my work background, then first of all, I joined Exfin, Exfin that is in Aurangabad. I worked there for 6 months. Basically, Exfin is the accounting firm. So I worked there for 6 months. Then I move on to Lucknow. Uh, in Lucknow, I joined Commandur and Company LLP. I worked there as an assistant auditor. 6 months I worked there. Currently, I shift in Delhi, and now I joined Commandur and Company LLP, Ghaziabad. So it's a brief introduction about myself. Hope everyone will be understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, very good.
thanks for giving your introduction. So, can I introduce myself? Pankaj
Yeah,
sir, am I
carry on.
audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Please,
you are.
please continue.
Okay. I am Vibhuti Jha. Namaste. First of all, namaste everyone. And I am
Namaste.
Vibhuti Jha from Madhubani, and I am doing BTech from Haryana, Hisar in civil department. And I have huge interest in yoga and especially meditation and yogic science. And I love to do travel. And basic my life at the end, my life goal is to travel the world. So that's why I do much more effort for earning money, so I can travel the all around the world. So this is my short introduction about me. Thanks.
Good. Next.
So we had a great time here. This last 1 hour was, it passed just like that. Without, and we still feel that it should continue, but then everybody must be having some other thing in mind. And
Yes,
we met some very wonderful people today,
Yes.
and
yes,
we will keep the group alive and active, and let everybody think of how to help the other people of this group. I think That is one
Yeah,
very small thing, but it will go a long way in keeping the group active, close, and sincere towards each other.
yeah,
We must develop trust uh, in the group and in the partners whom we have met today. Yeah,
yeah. I
that's the
think the
basis
biggest
of.
quality of this group is the basis on which it has been formed, and which is the simplicity. We
Yeah,
are we are talking about what we want to achieve here, rather than talking about what we have already achieved. We have a
correct.
task in front of us. To that extent, I feel very close to this group right from day one, and particularly to the youngsters. If there is anything you feel I can help with, please reach out to me directly. We can, of course, discuss broader problems when we meet again. But on even on a one-to-one basis, if you feel there is something that could be within my reach, something that I could do quickly without a lot of effort, please do let me know, and I'll do whatever I can.
So Deepak sir,
Deepak sir,
Yeah.
can you share your LinkedIn ID?
Yes, I'll ping it in the chat group just now. Give me 1 second.
Please.
Yeah, give me 1 second. It should come out. Yeah, that's my LinkedIn profile.
Thank you, sir.
Great. It was very nice talking to all of you, and I look forward to more such sessions. I'll definitely join.
Sure, sir. Rajendra sir, must assured about that.
Thank you, Deepak ji. Thank you, Pankaj and Prachi and Himja and Mathil. We had a great time today, yeah, and we must continue and we look forward. Is it a weekly meeting or how often it is held? Daily? Oh, acha,
Sir, sir, sir,
any.
you must join every day. You must have to join every day.
welcome sir.
No, let me admit that it is not possible to spare 1 hour daily on this, but definitely once a week I'll be able to spare time and talk to you all on whatever I have done during the
Yeah.
week. I think that would be a nice way of contributing to the
Yeah.
group. Yeah.
Yes, sir, yes.
Thank
Even
you
for
so
me,
much.
Sundays, if you have meeting on Sundays, weekends, I'll be more than happy to join. I'm absolutely free over the weekends with nobody. My wife works for a retail store, so she's out on weekends. So I'm absolutely to myself with plenty of time. So
Okay.
weekends are
Okay.
the ideal time for me to be able to join
Yes.
such meetings.
Deepak sir, I hope you will also join within a week.
Sure, I will. I'll try my best. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all
Thank
of
you so
you.
much,
It's
Rajendra
really
sir and
pleasure.
Deepak sir.
Bye bye.
Sir,
Thank you.
sir, sir,
Bye.
Thank
Rajendra
you.
sir,
Bye,
Rajendra sir,
Rajendra sir.
namaste.
See you. See you. Bye.
See you soon.